Welcome to Cosplay Stitch and Seam. I'm Pennon.
I'm V-Fire.
And I'm David.
I'm like, why are we whispering?
It got me so
I'm whispering. I don't know. It just felt like shaking it up a little.
I was so shaken. I worked so hard not to ruin your take.
I was ready for that. And I'm David.
David, no, I'm a bandwagon person. I jump on that bandwagon.
Oh, so good. So good. Well, here's a bandwagon you can jump on. If y'all would like to reach out to us, there's a number of different ways you can do that. The first is our email, cosplaystitchandseam@gmail.com, or
you can go to the website, cosplaystitchandseam.com, and fill out the contact form, or
Go to the Discord. See, I got to bring in the energy somehow.
Yeah.
Well, you join our fantastic community where you can tell us what you're working on. You can share some cosplay-related memes. We can hype each other up. We can just kind of share space and talk about food. Oz is always talking about great food. Makes me hungry. How dare you, Oz, show such delicious, delicious food. I am in the process of moving at the time of this recording, and I don't ever want to touch my kitchen ever again because that means I have to clean it again. Like, never. So you can always hang out with our fantastic people and make me food envious on our Discord. And while you're on the internet, we do have several ways that if you want to support the show, you can share the podcast with a friend. Even just like give it a shout out on your Blue Sky, on your Instagram. We would love to hear it. We would love to see it. That makes us feel all nice and kind inside. And of course, leaving a rating and review that helps the algorithm kind of give us the spotlight for a little while longer, helps other people who like what you like in on the secret of cosplay stitch and seam. And of course, we do have a Patreon, patreon.com/cosplay stitch. For $3 a month, you can get a shout out on the show every single episode. And for $5 a month, you can join our
Cosplay Chronicles.
It's a live D&D stream where we just kind of hang out and play D&D. Last time we got together, we were out a couple players because, life is life. And so we just made Baldur's Gate renditions of our characters. We made V-Fire's character, Talon, and we made Rain, and then we made Grammy Ma and Grammy Ma's First Love.
it was amazing.
And we made Zesty, too.
Zesty, yeah.
It's so good. It's so fun.
Yeah.
You should join us. Yeah. So welcome to the show. We're trying something a little. Speaking of trying like something a little different this week, we're trying something a little different this week.
It's another bandwagon, Pannon.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm here for our little niche in the bandwagon, and I like trying new things. I like shaking it up, shaking it up. If you've been on the internet for more than 5 minutes, you've probably seen some of those AITA stories. And every so often, one is cosplay related. So we thought it would be fun to read some of them for y'all. Tell us what you think. We're going to talk about what we think and have some laughs, have some cries. I don't know what the stories are going to be like.
Yeah, so we went around the internet. We found some of those stories where people want to know are they the bad guy? And we specifically found cosplay related ones. And I found a few good stories that I would love to share with you. Get to know what your guys' opinions are. It's kind of like a horror story, but we get to be a little petty about it. And I like being just a little bit petty.
Just a wee bit.
Just a wee bit petty. Who would like to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
And we jokingly were calling it Am I the Cause Hole? But I don't know that it quite rings the same. But
I like you mentioned also like, should we name it after like a character or something of like a real jerk of a
so
character?
Many. Am I the Dio?
There's Am I the Dio?
Oh, that one works.
Is it I, Dio?
Was I the Dio in this situation?
Oh.
Chat, let me know.
But yeah, these are just kind of like some interesting stories about like conflicts people have in cosplay, and so we want to read and chat about them. So mine is AITA, my wife isn't allowing our son to cosplay a character. As a throwaway account, our son Jacob, 15M, is planning to go to a cosplay costume event thing. I don't know much about that. My wife, 41 female, and I, 41 male, weren't interested. Especially my wife. She didn't like the idea of paying money for the costume, but she agreed in the end.
Mom's a fun hater already.
Jacob showed us the costume he was planning to buy, and the character was a woman. My wife didn't like that and told him to choose something else. I wanted him to choose the one he likes, so I pointed out that the character has a sword, so it isn't very feminine. It isn't a very feminine character. I know that this looks like a half, but can I say that on this? I know this looks like a half attempt to convince her, and yeah, she wasn't. After a while, he came and showed us another character, a different woman. My wife said this one is better, but to choose another one. Jacob tried to explain that he liked these characters and wanted to tell us their stories, but we weren't truly that interested. Yeah. I told her to just let him cosplay whatever. Many guys cosplay and dress as female characters. It's fine. But she wasn't having it. She said she doesn't want him choosing female characters in games. She said she doesn't mind him choosing female characters in games, but that's it. I felt pathetic that we, at the age of 41, are arguing about an anime cosplay. It is just a costume, clothes, fabric, a bunch of thread. So I told her that she should find something better to do than complaining about a costume. She wasn't happy with that. I don't think I am an a-hole, am I? Edit 1. Just to clarify things regarding not showing interest. We did show interest in other things, but I don't know how to do that with this topic. I know that this is basic parenting, and I know I'm an older guy and should know that, but I am failing at this. I am trying to, and to get my wife to do that too. Thanks for the ones giving advice and ways to help the matter. Edit number 2. According to a comment, the characters I described were Mitsuru Kenroji from Demon Slayer and Big Mom from One Piece. Jacob said he will wear a shirt to cover the cleavage in the Demon Slayer outfit. Plus, he doesn't like shorter bottoms. He never liked them. It was like a given fact that he will pick a longer one, meaning the outfits were also appropriate to wear.
Sounds like he's really trying, to help his son.
I feel like there's a caveat to this one, right? I don't think that any parent is required to have the same interests at their as their kids.
Yeah,
but man, you gotta do a little bit of effort. That's how we get stranger and weirder if we don't have somebody to embrace our weirdness, right? Because then it's just
right.
You didn't like this, so I gotta find something else, and that just sends us spiraling deeper and deeper. You're talking One Piece and Demon Slayer now. Tomorrow it's gonna be JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. That's even stranger.
Well, and I mean, so that's one of the things too, is even if you're not interested, it's something that your kid is passionate about and wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
And also especially at that age when you're getting into different hobbies, cosplay as well is such a I don't want to say playground when it comes to understanding your gender better. But I really feel like it is, because you have that opportunity to play and to be whatever you want to be, regardless of what you were born as. And so having that knee-jerk reaction, even if it's something like dress up, a fun little dress up thing, doesn't necessarily bode well for me. If you're what if your son decides that he wants to start wearing skirts? What if he wants to grow his hair long? How are you going to react to that if you're not okay with a Halloween costume? You know?
Also, if a girl can dress up as a guy, and that's fine, it can be fine the other way too. It is okay for anyone to dress up as their heroes.
Yeah, no, totally. I don't want there to feel like there's a double standard there at all, because it should go both ways for sure.
Yeah, and it's it feels weird that the parents are just
I also thought it was weird that the mom was well, if it's a video game,
that's
woman,
fine.
It's okay, but not these anime women.
I liked the part where it's like, if they have a sword, it's not near as feminine because swords can't be
yeah.
feminine. What are you talking about, Mom?
Yeah, that's, I don't know, weird little caveats there. But yeah, I hope the 15-year-old is okay and that he gets to do what he wants and
it
just
sounds
have
like
fun.
The dad is at least trying. Like,
yeah,
he's like, he doesn't get it, but he's like, he's my kid. I don't get it, but like, I want to. It's that tired father trope from all the sitcoms of like, I don't get it, but as long as you're happy, I'm happy.
Well, even that, like, what's that famous streamer singer BB Nos? Did you see his Miku cosplay?
I did. Didn't he do that?
It's
with
incredible. It's so fun. I'm like, I don't know. Like, people are just having fun with it. Let people have fun. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
not hurting anybody.
Yeah, it's not hurting anybody. And like a lot of the comments I was scrolling through while you were reading were like, "This is an egg. He is an egg. He does not know that he is an egg." And like,
I never want to make that snap judgment to anyone, but
when we first met and we were talking about like, what cosplays have you done? And I was like, well, I'm working on a Raven cosplay right now, and I also want to do this other femme character cosplay. It's like, oh, you egg. Like, looking back at younger me, of like, you didn't understand your gender. You just like thought it was like, I just like these characters. Yeah. So I totally agree that we shouldn't put labels, but the writing's on the wall sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, let people play in the playground and figure out who they are.
Yeah. Cosplay is a perfect place to do that.
Yeah. What you got, Mercedes?
All right. Are we saying the user's name or just the title?
Just the title.
Okay, cool. I just was like, oh wait, what did Panna do? I was going to follow suit, and then I totally didn't pay attention to if you did or didn't because I was into the story.
Up in the story.
Yeah. Okay. So I've got Am I the a-hole for not wearing the cosplay costume my husband made me? And boy, that's a loaded start to the
that's heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it says, okay, a little background first. I 26 female, is married to Eric, 26 male, for 2 years now. We met at a Comic-Con type event and immediately hit it off. We both share our love towards cosplay, video games, and a lot more. I was into cosplay since I was a kid. In college, I found some like-minded friends, and we were hitting many comic conventions with our awesome costumes. But I was never a good designer nor a seamstress, and I would always buy something that I liked and do little mods and add accessories kind of deal, but I enjoyed it a lot. It was during this time I met Eric, and oh golly, he's a master designer. He's good with electronic stuff too. He makes these really awesome costumes with lights and stuff that's just on a whole nother level when compared to with what I do. And his proudest achievement is an Iron Man costume with a light-up arc reactor, eyes, and palm rockets, which is a sight to behold at night. That sounds so sick. That's amazing. Anyway, after we met, he made costumes for me also, and we hit conventions like it's no one's business. Okay, coming to the problem now. My college friends invited me to a convention a month ago, and I said yes, and I decided to go as Starlight from the boys, and I did not mention this explicitly to Eric. Today, Eric surprised me with an ongoing project of ours. We were on our way to making a Millennia costume from Elden Ring for me and for a convention that's later this year. Eric had finished the costume early to surprise me for the convention next week. Mind you, this is a very complicated piece to put on, and it has some electrical plugs as well while putting it on, and I'm not too comfortable doing it alone. I said I already decided on going as Starlight, and he asked to show the costume, so I showed the one-piece Starlight costume I got for this event.
Ooh, okay.
So Starlight's the more updated one.
Yeah.
He said it was a basic hot girl costume. And I said, maybe I want to be a basic hot girl with my friends and not completely out of place and at a not too fancy convention with a fancy, sophisticated costume. I just wanted to be simple and feel, sexy in my hometown with my old friends.
like it, yeah.
Yeah. I could see he was hurt by my remark, and I said, I can still wear it to the original convention according to our plan anyways. He said, still, I should have mentioned about my cosplay earlier, so he could not have, so he would not have rushed to the Millennia costume. I told him that he should have asked me first, and that it's not his responsibility to make me costumes for everything. He had to leave for work, so this is where we stand now. Sorry for the long rant. I'm typing all this to calm down my nerves a bit, because we never had an argument like this before. Am I the a-hole here? So, my initial reaction with this one is, you both need to communicate a little bit more. And you both need to know that both styles of cosplay are totally fine. And some conventions, don't need to have, again, anything that's like super over the top and whatnot. Sometimes it's fun just to go as casual. But also, like, it is a lot of work to do those bigger ones. So I think, like, they can find a balance in this and communicate a little bit more. But what are your guys' thoughts on it?
Ooh.
I love when she's like, I met Eric, and oh golly, he's a master designer.
Yeah.
That's so cute. Like that to me, when someone says like, oh golly, like it's just like, oh my gosh, I love this person so much. Like there's admiration, in a word like that.
You can tell she's proud of what he does.
Yeah.
It's like, aw.
No, and I would agree with you. Like there's a communication barrier here. Like it's very clearly they're young and they haven't had a lot of these communication things before, where she didn't probably express like, yeah, I was planning on just doing a simple Amazon cosplay. Maybe modify that a little bit. And he didn't say, oh, let me finish this up for you, because she's right. She shouldn't have to like say, you don't have to make a cosplay for me every single time. That's kind of on you for rushing your progress. So yeah, communication is here. And yeah, sometimes just, feeling sexy in your hometown is a great feeling. Woof, that feels good.
Yeah, I mean, for me, the trouble is like having a problem with just wearing like a simple sexy costume. Like it's okay to want to wear something that's just simple or feel sexy. And also it's like, I don't know, in a lot of circumstances it's less like fabric to carry around, it's less like things to have to worry about. So unless you're wearing like high heels the whole time, and then it's another story. But a lot of times those costumes can also be just more convenient, whereas you're looking at something like Melania from, what was
Elden
her name?
Ring. Yeah.
Elden Ring, yeah.
Elden Ring.
Melania.
Did I say it right? Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not as Elden Ring savvy. But like I know that she's like a really heavy armored costume, isn't she? She's like got a whole lot going on, a lot of details. That's the I can solo her, right?
Yes. Yeah.
The meme where I'm like, oh, she's like really cool looking, but also probably a pain to like have to wear and like put on all by yourself.
And she's also like a character with a disability too, like a public, visible disability, and she is one of the hardest bosses. She has a prosthetic arm. And
wow.
So cool. I don't know. It's a small bit of representation that I think is really, really
That's cool. Yeah.
She's amazing.
No, but yeah, aside from that, like I wouldn't say red flag necessarily, but like kind of troubling that they're like calling this costume kind of like lesser than because of what it is would be my only concern. But yeah, just communicating that like it's okay to not every time. It's like such a thoughtful thing to do, to like push and do that, but it's also not something that was asked for. And I think it's really hard to hear that sometimes.
Yeah. Hearing a "no, thank you" is like, but I did so much work.
Right.
What are you doing to me?
And it's like, it's not like it's like never going to get used. It's like she's excited to wear it when y'all are going to one together later when you planned for it. And now there's less stress leading up to that one, or you can refine it and like add any details you wanted to. But yeah, I think it does come down to a communication thing. And I know that can be hard when you're like, but I wanted to surprise the person.
Right. Surprises are overrated. Speaking of like doing lights and whatnot, I know we've talked about like doing cosplay and lights and stuff before, but I had a genius idea, and everybody should feel free to take this. I just finished watching the new Castlevania season, Nocturne, season 2.
Uh-huh.
And you know how when Alucard moves around really fast, he's like highlighted in like, I think it's red, just to show that like how fast he is. You know how cool it would be to have a cosplay where all of the seams are lined with like an EL wire thing that like to like show that you're just like moving fast the entire time. I think that'd be so cool.
That would be so cool.
So that's yours to steal. If somebody else wants to do that, I don't have that capacity in me yet.
I mean, if I ever can find EL fabric for less than like $90 a yard, then
EL fabric's a thing?
Yeah. There's some really amazing cosplays that people have done with EL fabric, where the whole fabric has EL fiber running through it.
That's insane. I was just thinking of like, just having like a channel. So like instead of like boning or something like that, you just like put in your EL wire and then like have it glow. But fabric? Oh my gosh. That's insane.
It's really cool.
Okay. It is my turn, and mine are both pretty short, so I'm just gonna go boom boom. I'll read one, we'll talk about it, and then read the other one.
Yeah.
Am I the Dio? I'm stealing that one. I think that was really good. Am I the Dio for turning a wedding dress into a cosplay rather than letting my cousin have it for her wedding?
Oh.
I, 27 female, am an avid cosplayer. My girlfriend, 28 female, and I go to all conventions we can and have a lot of fun making our costumes together and prepping for the year. That sounds so good. 3 months ago, I, my girlfriend, and my cousin, 30 female, went around charity shops looking for pieces we could turn into cosplays. My cousin isn't a cosplayer, but she tagged along as she likes a good bargain hunt. In the third shop we found in the window an old school wedding dress. It had a few stains and minor rips, but all in all was in good condition. My girlfriend and I joked with my cousin that she should buy it for her wedding, but she turned her nose up at it, stating she wanted brand new and she'd not be caught dead in an old-fashioned wedding dress.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
We let it go, and my girlfriend was the one to point out to me if we did some alterations, it would be a perfect dupe for Sarah's ball gown in Jim Henson's Labyrinth, which is our favorite movie. I realized she was right and asked if she wanted to make this our next major... I realized she was right and asked her if she wanted to make this our next major matching costume. She agreed for the convention season of 2025. This was 5 months ago at the time of this recording, so they had plenty of time. And we decided we will be Jareth and Sarah. I bought the dress, and my cousin made a few jokes about it, but we heard nothing back from her. Not until 2 days ago. I've been posting progress of my dress on social media, and it's finally done, and it looks amazing. My cousin told me she'd not found a dress she likes, and I've done wonders with the dress, that she'd changed her mind and she'd be happy to meet the price I paid, 150 euros, and even throw in an extra 100 euros, or those are pounds, my bad, 150 pounds, and even throw in an extra 100 pounds for my time fixing it up. I laughed and asked if she was joking. She told me she was deadly serious, and I told her that wasn't happening. This led to a fight, and I was getting annoyed. My girlfriend took the phone at this point and told her she had a chance to get the dress and that it's a cosplay now, not a wedding dress. We've since been bombarded by family trying to get in contact, pleading, some trying to cajole, love the word cajole, and others straight up berating us for not letting my cousins buy the dress, or even better yet, a good cousin, and gifting it to her. That I shouldn't turn a charity shop wedding dress into a costume, as it stopped brides who really needed it to have it.
Oh my gosh.
I'm getting stressed out and upset with this, and my girlfriend is currently fielding any calls we get and telling them off for upsetting me. She's a wonder, and I am so grateful to have her with me for this. Am I the Dio, though? I'm starting to worry because of the widespread reaction. This is the first time I've bought a wedding dress to convert like this, but it was already damaged, and I brought it back to life. Surely it's better than it being ignored like it was.
Oh my gosh. This one makes me so angry.
Yeah, it's like, you brought new life to this thing, like, and
like
now
you didn't
she wants
want it until, all this work went into it, and now you're like, oh, well. Now that I see that it's like really cool and that you made something neat out of it, now I want it.
Right?
No,
You've done all
you
this
don't.
work.
You don't get to do that. No.
Like, I think that at the same time, like, there is like I'd be more than happy to modify a different dress for you, but I've seen most wedding dresses. Those are not light or easy things to work on, let alone modify. So
Nope.
£100 just for like all of the work that you did is not worth it to me in that
Nope.
capacity. Like, that's, you gotta at least
Try like
quadruple that.
1,000, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
you're talking wedding dresses? That's like minimal to pay for a wedding dress.
Well, and it's so much fabric, it's so much material, they're big, they're uncomfortable, and you're making a dress from the labyrinth? That's a beast of a dress. What are you talking about?
And, like,
yeah, that's huge.
Restoring like pieces and just like, oh, there's so much work. So much work.
Yeah.
Blech.
I don't think this person's the Dio at all, because I think that by the end of the day, this was a purchase that they made. They were happy about it, and somebody else was like, you did work? I want to claim your work as my own. Kind of
Yeah, this crap. This garbage. No. Straight
also,
to
I love that
jail.
girlfriend for stepping in.
Yes, very good. But yeah, that one, that that makes me mad.
Yeah.
No.
And
also, nope to the family that are like calling you the Dio
like,
for that.
what?
Like,
why y'all brigading on this? Like, come on.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Sounds more like this person is used to getting their way and is like throwing a tantrum that they don't get it.
I wonder if they're the only kids in the family kind of thing, like that, like those are grandma's only grandkids. Like she has a bunch of like other aunts and uncles, but they're the only generation in that, so like they feel like there might as well be siblings. They share everything.
No.
Still no. I'm
straight
right
to jail.
Straight to jail. I'm pretty sure in the UK that is a crime. So I'll ask Quinn. I'll get back to you on that.
Excellent.
All right. Speaking of weddings, my next one is also wedding themed.
Oh boy.
Am I the Dio for wanting to take my engagement photos in cosplay?
Which sounds really sick. I love this plan.
It's so cool. My fiance and I got engaged in July. We're both big nerds, and we met at a local MTG tournament. I've been so like attuned to the news. I was like, what does Marjorie Taylor Greene have to do with this? And I was like, oh, Magic the Gathering.
No.
And we cosplay and go to cons together. That's not happening this year, sadly. This was posted in 2020. But our engagement photo shoot is soon. We decided since we can't go to the conventions can come to us. We have a few couples cosplays we've done, and we want to wear them for the shoot. I think it's cute and memorable, and it fits us well. The photographer is also excited for it. When I told my family, mostly my mom, about the pictures and the cosplays, they weren't supportive, to say the least. They don't really understand cosplay or cons or video games or whatever. My mom even asked if Dungeons and Dragons was actually satanic and dangerous.
Oh my
gosh. Just to give you an idea of her opinion.
This is not the 80s.
I know!
Come on.
Is that actually devil worship? You rolling dice? Is that... You're just rolling bones, right? Like, that's what it is. Mom has always lamented that she doesn't have any pictures of me. Growing up, I had a lot of body issues and would usually refuse to take pictures. No senior photos. I think I have only one from graduation. You get the gist. But I have a lot of me in cosplay. I feel more comfortable with myself that way, and I've tried to explain that, but she doesn't get it. She asked we take at least a few pictures out of costume so our normal family can see them. My sister, when I talked to her about this, said she can't believe I won't be humiliated wearing a wig and crazy outfit in my engagement pictures, and that my mom's probably right. I'll want normal pictures later on in life. I don't really want to dress in everyday clothes for the shoot, but the pics aren't just for me and my fiancé, they're for our friends and family and future kids too. Am I being selfish here?
Like, man, it totally depends. Like, I can see their perspective of wanting to please, like, friends and family, but at the end of the day, it's a celebration of you and your partner,
Mm-hmm.
and like, you
It's
should
what
do
you
what's
two
going to
decide.
make the two of you happy. I think you could find like a happy compromise where it's like you wear kind of like the Disney bound kind of stuff where it's like inspired by, but it's a clothing, like everyday clothing, but it's like inspired by your favorite characters. If you wanted to compromise, I don't necessarily think you should, but yeah, that's, I don't know. It's about you and your partner. And at the end of the day, like, if you want to, like, please other people, that's your prerogative. But these people are talking about, like, looking back on this or, like, doing something that's, like, meets approval of others. And it's like, if they don't approve of you already how you are, just be yourselves.
And, like, there was a line of, like, you know, I had body image issues, and when I'm in cosplay, I feel free of that. It's like, why would you, like, that's, hey, look, you can then, look, this was the time that I only felt comfortable in photos now I feel comfortable in photos whenever, because, like, you get practice, and you fake it till you make it kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yep, exactly.
The number one comment is like, but would it really hurt to take one photo with your family in mind? And this might be the pathological demand avoidance in me. But I'm just like, no, none of the photos are normal. They're not cosplay related. You're gonna be lucky if you see my face.
I'm gonna make them as weird as possible. Them all out.
They're all like purposefully upside down with a text, you know?
Yeah. For you, Grandma.
I mean, well, no, like,
you know
honestly,
how infuriating it would be to get like a wedding invite and everything's upside down, like, but like the text isn't, and it's just like, wait.
Well, like, what I don't like about it, okay, is that, like, they're asking you to pretend to be an idealized version of yourself that is palatable to those family members.
Ooh,
and that to me is not okay. Like, you're asking me to be something I'm not, for the sake of that is what is approvable, that is what is quote unquote normal. But I think that's garbage.
I agree wholeheartedly. I don't know about you, Mercedes, but so many people, when you get married, tell you, like, what you need to do.
Yep.
And that... I was really young when I got married. Like, definitely don't recommend it for everybody. We are the outlier kind of thing. And I remember so many people like, oh, you need to invite this person. But why? They're not a part of my life. Well, you know, they're part of the family and da da da. I was like, are they though? Like, they're part of your life. So I really wish that I knew, like, how to, like, put my foot down and understand. No, this is for me. I want to celebrate my time with my person. So
yeah.
I'm right there with you, Pannon, of like, no, I don't want to conform to your standards. These are my standards. And if I have wonder years kind of like concerns, then that's my problem. That's future me's problem. And like, maybe that version of me will be happy that I did take silly cosplay photos, and maybe there will be regret. But that's what life is a series of choices and consequences. And if we don't have a little regret, how do we know if we lived?
Yeah, no kidding. I don't know. I would rather feel a little bit silly and cringe looking back on that and going, oh, I should have dressed up, than like looking at something and being like, that isn't who I was. So
yeah, don't look at my MySpace, you guys.
Yeah.
That's
Oh man, don't look at my MySpace.
Dude, I want to go back and look at mine. Okay, but like,
still up, Mercedes.
It probably is, but I don't know how to find it.
Go on the Wayback Machine.
It was like all fire because yes,
you've been obsessed with fire for so long.
I know, right? And all of my like posts or whatever it is that we put on there were my own journal entries.
Okay, but what was the
Riven
music?
and Mist.
Yeah. What was the music?
Oh, it's probably Backstreet Boys.
Oh man, good times.
What was your music, Pannon?
Oh, it's probably My Chemical Romance or like Evanescence.
Ooh, yeah,
or
that's
Linkin Park or something.
Yeah, that would have probably like depending on the David era of the time, would have been My Chemical Romance, especially like Famous Last Words.
Oh my gosh, yes.
But there was a point in time, and this is the cringier part of it. Of like I was obsessed with the Dresden Dolls. Did not age well, that's for sure.
Nope.
And I really enjoyed this. And I remember one time I showed it to like one of my siblings, and my sister was like, "You are not this. This is not you." And
oh my gosh.
Different reaction for different reasons. But I kind of wish I listened. But again, like that's my wonder years. I have regrets, and that's part of life. Is we got to learn. And taking silly photos because you fall in love with a person that you met at a Magic the Gathering tournament. One, they must have smelled
so
great.
Nerdy.
Because
I am sorry. Like there are a lot of people with good hygiene at those, but there are just enough who don't practice it. And
I was having dinner with my D&D group the other day because one of them flew in from Hawaii, and I was like, "Hey, what have you been up to today?" Because they've been out and about. I'm like, "Oh, I took my son to the Magic the not the Magic the Gathering, Hasters." And I looked at him and I was like, "I wondered what that smell was." I also play Magic the Gathering. Also, the Pokemon trading card game app, Pocket. What is that called?
Pokemon Pocket.
Pokemon Pocket. I'm obsessed.
Pocket.
It's so fun.
It's so fun. Legitimately, if anybody's playing, let me know. I will happily add you as a friend. I got a Dialga the other day. I've made a great killer water deck based off of that, Pannon. Oof.
Yes, I've got Dialga too. I just haven't done deck building.
I'm all about that. Do you just open the packs?
What's that?
Do you just open the packs?
Well, no. Yes, no. I like doing the like solo play ones where it gives you different challenges to do against the computer. Yeah, I get to like self-conscious playing against other users.
Yeah, Kaylin really got me in on it, and I like.
Nice.
I'm having fun. We even battled the other day of like doing like we're sitting on the couch battling together. It was a lot of fun.
I have a very trolly deck that's just 2 Zapdos and 18 trainer cards.
Oh my god. That really kind of screws you if like you don't draw your 2 Zapdos.
Well, it starts you with 1 Pokemon that you can 1 basic every time no matter what.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
As long as you get that and then like have a couple of Pokeball cards, you can usually draw them both pretty fast. But
good to know. Free Fire, you need to play this game with us. It's a lot of fun.
It's so silly. But yeah,
when I get time, I will play.
Right. So, what did you guys think of the Am I the Dio?
Am I the Dio?
It was kind of fun to hear stories.
Yeah. I think it's also nice not that it's our community. It's just a bunch of strangers on the internet. We just can like talk about
I can cast judgment on someone I don't know at all.
Yeah, like I don't have to tiptoe around your mother being kind of a jerk. I could just be like, well, no, this person's bad. Bam.
No, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Do better.
Yeah. What about you, listener? Do you like the Am I the Dio episodes? Like, I don't know. This was a fun like little one-off that we're doing. What's the vibe check?
Does it pass?
Yeah. Does it pass the vibe check?
Or has it become a
horror stories? Spooky, spooky, spooky.
Oh my god.
That was a stretch, but I went for it.
I like it. I thought you were stretching on the amount of time that it took me to hit the button. I was reading comments. I got caught up in the comments.
It's so addicting. But yeah, do we have any horror stories?
Of course, we've got some great horror stories. This one comes from X Angel in our Discord. This one, content warning for children. I'm more pleased with that joke than I should be. I apologize. It was dead silent on my side for like a good 5 seconds. X-Angel writes, small horror story. I've done my best to childproof my crafting, but like a cat, my youngest gets into things she should not. Lately, she's been obsessed with markers. She has used a marker several times on the leather gaming chair herself, several times on the leather gaming chair herself, and many other things. I thought I had my own stuff out of reach, but then came out yesterday morning with her drawing with marker on my mesh sleeves.
Oh.
These sleeves are being slowly embellished with rhinestones. A 3x3-inch area can take 45 minutes to do. I don't have time to embellish a new sleeve. The small consolation is that she keeps using washable markers, so I don't have. So I just have to spot clean all of the blue, green, and red marker off the mesh without deforming it. And they posted a picture, and it's very intricate because it's not just like it's clearly measured out of equidistant when to put the like big bead versus the yellow bead versus the white bead. There's a lot of counting in that.
Oh.
Trigger warning, kids.
Rip. Oh, well, I'm glad it was washable.
Yeah, definitely.
Dang. If y'all at home have a scary story or a fun story or an AITA, AIDA? Am I the Dio? That you want to share with us, you can do that a number of ways. The first is our email, cosplaystitchandseam@gmail.com, or
you can go to our website, cosplaystitchandseam.com, and fill out the contact form, or
go to the Discord. While you're on the Discord, tell us your stories. We want to see what's going on. You can join it by following the link on our website. We'd love to see you there. And if you're on the internet and you want to support the show in other ways, you can definitely do that by sharing the podcast with a friend, leaving us a rating and review. We need to give a shout out to Tim for like hyping up the our last one of our last episodes, original characters and designs, where we talked about when you are bringing a new character to life. He wrote, yes, this is going to be a great episode. And of course, we do have a Patreon, patreon.com/cosplay stitch. Some of the amazing people that we need to thank are Cloven Creature, Rain Mice, Jack S, Cynthia Eve, Star Fetcher, Yggdrasil, Dr. Steggy, Cynics, Jazzy Kofed, Gloria Shu, and Silver Beads.
Big thanks, as always, to Macy Roberts for the use of her music as our theme song, and to David Jeffress for Faye's amazing editing. How are your podcasts going, David?
Going so great. Last Voice Season 4 is in production. Make sure that you're getting ready for that one, because it's the penultimate season, which means second to last. We're almost done. I'm terrified. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself after next year. And Comic Trades Monthly. If you enjoy comic books in a book club way, go check out that one. It's me and my best friend Dane, as we are reading comic books that mean a lot to us. Sometimes we read really bad ones, and I have really fun reactions. Preacher is one of those ones that I wanted to like so much, but it fell so short.
Aw. Well, it sounds like a good one. I'm looking. There are so many bad jokes out there on the internet, y'all. Did I tell you one about the guy who drank a bunch of invisible ink?
Oh no, what happened to him?
He went to the hospital, but it took forever to get seen. I'm glad people laughed.
I like that one. I legit laughed.
Alright, we'll talk to you later, guys.
Bye.
Bye.